Hi, welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Chris.
And today we are, change of plans, a new format. We're going to be doing a top 5 countdown from it's the top 5 comics of the week you should be getting, and 5 to 1 being the most important. Of course, 1 is actually going to be the 9.9 no-brainer. We're going to streamline the show.
And these are for January 16th, 2019 this week, just to remind you of the release date. And let's get into it, Kyle.
Right. And now for number 5, we have Marvel Comics with the release of Invaders number 1. Now, Invaders is actually a technical reboot of a comic from the 1970s. And it's kind of like a better version of the Fantastic Four. So a little bit about this reboot. The greatest generation of Marvel heroes is back to stop one of their own in commemoration of Marvel's 80th anniversary and springing from the events in the pages of Avengers and The Best Defense. The Marvel Universe's first super team is back. Captain America, the Human Torch, the original Human Torch, not the one you're thinking of, the Winter Soldier, and Namor. They fought in World War II together as the Invaders, but now Namor is the enemy, a global threat more powerful than ever. His deadly plans are as deep and as far-fetching as the ocean, and revelations about his past could threaten the Marvel Universe. It's up to his old teammates to stop him, but what chance do they have against the man who knows their every move? War Ghost begins here. So that's pretty interesting. It's already a successful series, and it's been hiatus.
It's a really cool reboot with all of the golden age of Marvel's 1940 characters in a 1970s team up, rebooted in the current day, and I'm excited for it. It seems pretty cool.
I'm actually wondering if they're gonna have the original Human Torch or the rebooted Human Torch. I wonder if they're gonna hold to the true Invaders.
Coming in at number 4, we have out of Cave Pictures Publishing, the Appalachian Apocalypse number 1, which I'm excited for this because it's written by Billy Tucci, with art and cover art by Ethan Nicole, and it's a fresh take on an interesting zombie book out of a low-print run comic series. After the ancient staff of Lilith, mother of the damned, reanimates the dead, country boy JB and his estranged upper-crust wife Anne must come together to stop the zombie hordes and save the people of Appalachia. So it looks pretty cool. The cover art's unique. I'm really looking forward to seeing the art inside based on the cover art. And just like the throwback into like Staff of Lilith and all that kind of stuff is really interesting. And it's a Billy Tucci book, so with a low print run, so that's a big key thing to look out for.
Right, those are 2 heavy hitter reasons. Number 3 is out of Dark Horse Comics, Avatar: Sute's Path number 1. All right, yes, it's an Avatar, and I assume all of you know what Avatar is.
Not the Airbender, different one.
written by Sherry Smith, art by Jan Duursema, and Dan Parson, and cover art by Doug Wheatley. Sute, proud warrior of the
Omatakaya clan.
Omatakaya clan, betrothed to Neteri.
It's like you haven't even seen the movie, man.
Not since it came out.
I know, it's been a long time.
As his life turned upside down by the arrival of Jake Sully of the Sky People. I could say that, see? Reveals events only hinted at in James Cameron's Avatar. James Cameron's masterpiece comes to comics. So, I mean...
And it's written by award-winning novelist Sherry L. Smith, which, that's exciting. I didn't know she was a novelist already.
And believe it or not, we are waiting for more Avatars to come out. There are more Avatars coming.
Which is super exciting. This comic's going to be super exciting. The cover art for cover A is phenomenal. And more story because there's a lot of questions from the movie that are hopefully going to be answered in these comics. So that's really exciting if you really liked Avatar.
Right, with such a groundbreaking movie, it's hard to pass up the comic.
Alright, now coming in at number 2 out of Red Giant Entertainment, we have White Widow number 1, written by Benny Powell and art and cover art by Jamie Tyndall. Gabrielle Garcia was a typical American girl going to college to follow in her father's footsteps, or so she thought. One night, her father barged into her dorm room, suffering from a fatal gunshot, and injected her with something. That was the moment she became the White Widow. So, the key things for me about this comic are, A, the artist. The cover art is phenomenal. So I'm really hoping that he puts just as much detail into the inside art, similar to artists like Ryan Stegman and things like that.
Correct.
And it's out of Red Giant Entertainment, so it's a lower print run comic book. They've done a lot of proper marketing for this, so it's already very, very popular.
Oh, it's hyped.
Very hyped, popular book. It's sort of like a female, darker Spider-Man. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I can't say how much I love the art on this cover, though.
And this will also be a foil cover.
The variant cover is a foil cover, that's correct. And once again, still phenomenal art.
Right, so phenomenal art. They did correct on showing it out, and it's foil and it's low print. Those are all good hit points. And now it is time for the 9.9 no-brainer! So, today's 9.9 no-brainer is Batman Who Laughs #2 of 6. So, I don't know if you guys caught up with the first issue of Batman Who Laughs, but it was Batman with a bunch of guns just strolling through Arkham Asylum, just murdering folks, and it was pretty gruesome. A little on this next one. After the shocking ending of issue 1, a ticking clock sets Batman on a trail throughout the different realities of the multiverse. He starts to see all the iterations of his life and what could have been, but more importantly, Bruce Wayne begins to deduce that his current life is somehow wrong, and that all the mistakes he's made are somehow connected. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs raises the curtain on his second act, pulling out the big guns to break into Arkham Asylum. Enter one of the most punishing Batman of the Dark Multiverse, the Grim Knight. That's right. They revealed it. The Grim Knight's name wasn't said in the first issue. They did say it in previews and such, but if you just picked it up off the shelf, you would have just thought, oh my gosh,
Batman's just murdering
all of these people.
So up until this issue, nobody knew that it wasn't actually Batman either.
Yeah, and this technically isn't a spoiler because it's on the cover A, but still, now you know. So this A is the first time they name the Grim Knight. It's a continuation to Batman Who Laughs, which did phenomenal, and it's written by Scott Snyder, and it's art and cover art by Jock.
And there's actually been some interviews done with Scott Snyder and Jock about the Batman Who Laughs book, as well as the Grim Knight. And Snyder saved this character for this series instead of putting him in Metal specifically. One, he didn't want him to be the second scariest character in Metal. That's not what he wanted him to be known as. But two is because he wants Batman to go up against his two greatest fears in this run, which is a Batman like him who kills people, and a Batman like the Joker who kills people. So it's really exciting stuff. And today, for our honorable mentions that just didn't quite make the top 5, coming out, we have out of Marvel, the Star Wars AOR Special, Venom #10, Marvel Tales Venom #1, Black Widow #1, and Conan the Barbarian #2. Out of DC Comics, we get the Supergirl 26, specifically for the Art Germ variant cover.
Art Germ Supergirls are so
And they're where he basically got started, and they're phenomenal. We also have Suicide Squad #50. This is a big deal because it's got a Jim Lee cover A and a Matina cover B. So this is a really cool issue to pick up. It is the 50th, so it's a bit of an anniversary issue, extra sized. Anyways, out of IDW, we have TMNT Shredder in Hell #1.
I love
and TMNT IDW 2020, which is a one-shot. Out of Image Comics, we have Middle West #3, Isola #6, which is returning after their short break. Spawn Kills Everyone 2, #2. Super excited for that. And Gideon Falls #10.
So, Gideon Falls, by the way, get all that Gideon Falls. But with that, we would like to thank you for watching, keeping with us all these episodes. Hope you like the new format. Remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends. And
tell us what you liked and disliked about the changes we've made.
Yeah, give us some constructive criticism.
Because that's really what we're trying to do. Is just
trying to make the show better for you.
Make it better for you guys. Streamline it better. Just all around make it easier for you guys to get the information you want.
Right. So thanks for sticking around and have a good one.